Hi everyone, and welcome to Millennium Computers online 5-minute tutorials. Today we're going to answer the question, how do I edit my tabs? Now the first thing I want to show you is that this is a function that can be applied to all FAST applications. The example I'm going to give you today is in the student reporting application, and what I've done initially is drawn a basic admissions query. Now the Edit My Tabs feature, it can be done across all applications within FAST, and you don't need to be an administrator to use this function. First thing we're going to do is find the Edit My Tabs icon, and to do that, we're going to select the plus more tab and then scroll down to Edit My Tabs. Now this is a fairly complex page, but I'm going to break it down for you in increments and show you how to make changes to your individual tab settings. Now keep in mind, these are not global changes. These are going to take effect for your end user profile only. There are global changes that can be made to the tab configuration, but what I'm going to walk you through today is the process of setting up different tab configurations for your personal profile. The first thing you want to decide is whether or not you want to make changes to all the reporting pages in the application or just simply to the reporting page that you're currently working on. In this case, I've drawn a student reporting admissions report, so I have the option to either apply my changes to this report or to all reports within the application. I'm going to select just this report to show you a basic example of how to make the modifications. Once the page draws, I'm going to see the basic configuration of the current tab structure for my user profile. Now on the far left-hand column, you're going to see a series of icons. These, of course, are the icons you're familiar with seeing throughout the FAST application. The magnifying glass denotes the filter options query feature. The small pin indicates the pin reports tab. And the bar chart represents the graph tab. These are the visual indicators and what will appear on each of the tab headers to give you some context. The enable column is going to show us which columns are currently enabled and which are disabled. If you're an administrator and you're used to working through the administrations tab in the application, this is going to be something that's familiar to you. You have the ability at this level to enable or disable any of the tabs from showing up at all on your report structure. An example might be if I deselect this enable indicator on the hyperlinks menu, what that's going to do is actually remove it completely from my menu. Now, you may want to do this if perhaps you will never be using the hyperlinks option, or in this case, if you're not going to be ever using it on the admissions reporting page. Remember, these settings can be specific to the reporting page, or they can be applied globally to the application. If you're not using hyperlinks and you want to disable it on your profile, you would just disable this indicator. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed when I clicked the enable indicator box, the display at the bottom of the page actually changed. This is what's called a tab preview, and this is what's going to show you in a visual format how your page will display once you save your changes. Let me show you that in reverse so you can actually watch the process. If I re-enable my hyperlinks tab, the tab preview redraws and it's showing me the hyperlinks tab is now back on my plus more tab. Now the plus more tab is actually that area where the additional tabs are going to be embedded that don't display across the top of my page. Typically, end users are going to see a variety of tabs by default. This could include your pin reports tab, your graphing tab, and maybe even your advanced options tab if this is something you use quite frequently. All the extra tabs are embedded in the plus more tab. It's typically at the end of your sequence of tabs on the top of the page. You notice the plus more tab has a variety of indicators under it. What I have the ability to do here is decide whether or not they appear on my plus more tab, or maybe I want them to actually just appear across the top of the page. An example could be the advanced options tab. If I want to take it off my plus more tab, I can click the indicator box and you can see in my tab preview, the advanced option tab is now displaying across the top of the page. It's actually displaying right between my pin reports and my graph tab. If this is a configuration you're happy with, you can save those changes. Now, I want to show you a third option in terms of how to display your page. We can actually determine a sort order, and what a sort order basically means is just the order in which the tabs will display on the page. The numbers are sorted from lowest to highest, and that's going to indicate the movement from left to right on the page and from top to bottom on the plus more tab. If I wanted to change any of these items, I can do that by changing the sort order. Typically, the numbers are going to be separated by 10 or 20, and this is giving you the latitude to make changes if you change your mind down the road and you'd like to move them around again. As a basic example, you can see on my display that my help menu is displaying before my administration option. If I'd like to change the order in which they appear on my plus more tab, all I have to do is change the sort order. I could change administration to 50 and help to 70. When the page redraws, as you can see, the administration tab is displaying before the help tab. These are personal preferences and will be applied to your profile only. When you're ready to save and apply your changes, simply click Save and Apply Changes, and the configuration that you've designed in your tab preview is going to apply to this reporting page. Keep in mind, if you want these changes to apply on a global level to all your reporting pages, you need to select the All function. In addition to this, the changes you make will apply only to this particular application, and if you typically work in more than one FAST application, you'd want to make these changes to all those applications individually. I hope this has been helpful for you as an overview, and we hope to see you again for our next 5-minute tutorial.